Hello and namaste. In this video we are going to talk about association and dissociation and also meta view about life and about everything else. In our day-to-day life, we are mostly in the associated stage. This is the stage where you're too involved in living and you are unable to analyze life. This is why when something bad happens, you wonder why it happened, and once you wonder why it happened, you enter slightly into the dissociated state or the second person point of view. So there is first person point of view where you are living life. There is second person point of view that is observing this person living life. Always remember, you cannot do both at the same time. Okay, you can either live life or analyze living life or thinking life, and analyzing is not living. So both are important again. Now there is a third person point of view. For example, we all have that friend who hasn't dated anyone but always give the best relationship advice. Now, why does this happen? Even when you yourself are giving advice to someone else, you give a better advice than you would to yourself if you were in the same situation. Why does this happen? Because you are into a third person point of view. You are not interested in valuing the emotions, principles, interest of that particular person. You're just giving an objective point of view and objective advice on what they should do and what could be the best for them. This is the third person point of view. Okay, second person point of view is analyzing the situation, current or previous, to understand what is the learning. First person point of view, just living in that particular scenario. Third person point of view, you are detached from the person and you are analyzing objectively what is the right course of action. This can also happen when you have a really important decision to make, selecting a college, selecting a job, etc. You are trying to analyze objectively what will be best. Okay, becoming emotionless. But in most scenario, people are not able to even reach this particular stage. Even reaching this particular stage requires a lot of meditation and a lot of effort to be a little dissociated, be a little less attached to yourself. There is a fourth stage, which is meta state. Okay, fourth stage is basically you are even more detached. So your consciousness goes towards the top of the head and you are even more detached from yourself, and you are above the third person as well. For example, if you are talking to another person, okay, if you think from your point of view, it's first person. If you think from the other person point of view, it's a second person. If you look at the whole conversation through other person, it's a third person. And if you look at everything from above, it's a meta position. For example, the conversation we are having right now, I'm communicating to you, and so you are the first person right now looking into this video. If you understand my point of view, suddenly you enter a second person point of view. Okay, and if you look at the whole scenario about you looking at the video, it becomes third person. And if you even go above it, see it from the world view of everyone looking at this particular video and learning together, it becomes a meta position. Now the best understanding, best lessons comes from the meta position, which is why when we enter a shower, okay, we get the best decision. We are relaxed and we entered a state of relaxed consciousness. We become elevated from our problems. We forget about our problems. Suddenly all the solution comes in, okay, in form of rain, in form of shower. So that is the power of meta state. Okay, this is also called the dissociated state. There is association, first person point of view, living in the moment. There is complete dissociation, completely dissociated from your pain, suffering, happiness, everything. And this allows us to think objectively. This is what Ayn Rand called an objective mind. Okay, you are thinking what's best for a situation, irrespective of how you're feeling or of what you will feel if you do anything. So this is especially useful when you have to perform some uncomfortable actions to get ahead in life. Okay, if it's important, you just get it done. Okay, if it's important, you will get it done. So that is the power of association and dissociation. It's going to really be helpful when you dive into your own mental state. For example, if you are too depressed, too anxious all the time, maybe it's time to get less associated with yourself, go a little dissociated and think about what you can do to change your life. This is also why talking to an individual becomes easier, because you communicate what you're feeling and you suddenly enter the second point of view or third point of view. A little dissociation feels helpful. And if you want to do an exercise about dissociation, let's do an exercise. Right now I'm sitting here in front of the curtain. Okay, Imagine one point at the top of your head. So here where the hair joins, this head, this point, imagine this area, okay? This area, imagine this point where the hair joins, okay? This is also point of Bindu Chakra. This is a good exercise. Imagine and be aware of that particular point. Now imagine a line going upwards to the ceiling, to the corner, okay? So if I am sitting this way, it goes up at 45 degree till the point it touches the ceiling, okay? So it touches the ceiling in the corner. Now be aware of both these points, okay? The point, Bindu Chakra, top of the head, corner of the head, and the point at the ceiling, okay? Now imagine the point exactly in the middle of these 2 points, okay? All your attention to that particular point, forget about these 2 points. Now look at yourself from that particular point. Just look at yourself from this particular point. Close your eyes, imagine you're sitting, look at yourself from that particular point. As much as possible. It might be difficult initially, but just imagine yourself sitting there. Look at yourself from that particular point. Understand what's happening right now. Understand what this person that you're looking at is feeling emotionally, how he is breathing, how he is sitting or standing. Just look at it without any judgment. Slowly come back to your top of the head, Bindu Chakra, and come back into the associated state. So that was an exercise to understand the association and dissociation. Of course, you won't learn it anywhere else. I have a background in meditation, and I continue to explore a lot of things. But I have seen that people do not share everything in one go. You have to do a lot of research. But my attempt is always to share as much as possible for you guys. So definitely, if you like what I'm sharing, please give me a 5-star review on this particular course. If you want to see more videos like this, and if you have any questions for me, you can follow me on Instagram or YouTube. It's Veer Confidence on both, and Yoga Mind Mastery on board. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Namaste.